So if you're listening to this podcast, you know that nothing is sexier than women supporting women. So I hope that you will go to supportissexylove.com to support our I Fund Women campaign. Any donation is appreciated. We're raising $20,000 to continue to produce the Support is Sexy podcast 5 days a week. We love bringing you all of these powerful, wonderful, bold, beautiful, fantastic women entrepreneurs who are here to inspire you. Women all different ages, all different industries, all different experiences, sharing their entrepreneurial journeys, the wins and the lessons with you. So help us continue to do that with excellence at the level we want to bring to you because you deserve the best. Go to supportissexylove.com. That's supportissexylove.com. Anything you can do is so appreciated, whether you donate, share. We just want to see your support. And remember, support is sexy. All right, here we go. This is Support is Sexy, episode 150. Do the work when no one's watching. Welcome to Support is Sexy. I'm your host, Elayne Fluker, entrepreneur, author, and founder of Chic Rebellion Media. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I interview inspiring women entrepreneurs who share their wins and their lessons to help you take your business and your life to the next level and create something sexy. Here we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Support is Sexy. I'm excited to have you here. You know, it just would not be the same without you. Happy Friday. I hope you have great things planned for the weekend, but actually I hope you are relaxing this weekend. Maybe you have nothing planned except to relax. So today I'm actually not going to take up too much of your time, but I did want to share sort of a wrap up of what we've been talking about all week. We've been discussing vision, your plans for 2017, everything from getting your vision board together, clearing those blocks of things that you might be allowing to stand in the way. We talked about being committed over convenience, which is something I think is very powerful, something I'm focusing on, staying committed, even when it's inconvenient, even when it puts you out a little bit. And then today, talking about doing the work when no one is watching. And as you know, there are going to be times when you are working hard on what you're doing and no one even understands what you go through to make something happen, whether that's an event, a podcast, a blog post, whatever it is that you're doing, a product that you're creating. People don't see, and people don't even need to see, all of the hard work that goes into getting the finished product out there. But what I want you to do is, in whatever way you can, stay motivated during the times that no one is watching, during the times that no one sees. You know, I had a conversation. I usually don't talk about interviews before they come out or they're released, but I did do an interview just recently with Kierna Mayo. Love her. She is a media powerhouse. She's a senior VP at Interactive One. She used to be editor-in-chief of Ebony, founder of Honey Magazine. Just amazing conversation with her that you'll be hearing very soon. But one of the things that Kierna said, among many of the quotables that she said, was the idea of sometimes it's time to be in the light and sometimes it's time to be in the lab. I'm paraphrasing. Her quote is much better than that. But the difference between being in the light and being in the lab. And that was very powerful for me. Just this idea of, you know, sometimes you're out front doing things on television, whatever your space is, where you're out in the quote unquote light. Other times you're in the lab. And she was saying right now she's in the lab. You're doing the work. You're developing your product. You're creating something new, creating something sexy, and doing all of that when no one is watching. Now, of course, the idea eventually is to release that to the world, not even for the light, just because that's your mission. You're on a mission to impact the world. You're going to release whatever it is and put it out there. But from that insight from Kierna, I was thinking about there are periods where you're in the lab when you have to stay self-motivated because there isn't any light and no one's quote unquote liking what you're doing, or no one's tweeting about what you're doing or celebrating, quote unquote, celebrating what you're doing, which we live in that kind of society right now where everything deserves, or everything we think deserves, a like, a post, a tweet, or whatever it is to show some kind of celebration of what we're doing. It is what it is. That's where we are right now. When you're working on something, especially in the early stages or especially when you're relaunching something, you will have to find ways to stay motivated all by yourself. Or if you're working with a partner, you and your partner, you have to stay motivated when nobody's watching. Do the work when no one's watching. Even if you're not just launching, I will say even in the times where you're sustaining your business or you're keeping it moving or you're growing, there will be times where maybe everyone's watching and celebrating and, oh, this is so great. Then there are going to be other times when it's quiet and you have to stay consistent and do the work. So I just wanted to remind you of that. I'm watching you. I'm rooting for you. That's the thing. Even if I'm not watching, I am rooting for you. And I'm sure there are other people in your circle, in your life rooting for you. And if there aren't, that was one of the things we talked about this week. You got to get around some people who root for you, who can support you, who can either help you with your business or at least help you take care of yourself. You will need that in order to stay motivated during those times when you're in the lab. All right. So I am rooting for you. I know you can do this, even when no one's watching, celebrating, even when no one understands what the hell you're doing. I believe in you. Stay motivated. What you're doing deserves to be out there, deserves to be seen, because you are coming from a space of making an impact in the world, making the world better in whatever way you can. So you got to keep going, even when no one's watching. Do the work, and it will all pay off in the end. All right. As always, thank you all so much for listening. It would not be the same without you. I truly mean that when I say that. Thank you all so much. The podcast does continue to grow, but I do the work late at night, midnight hours, after hours, when no one is watching, and I feel the results, and it's because of you. So I truly, truly appreciate you. Get in touch with me on social media at Elayne Fluker or at Support is Sexy and let me know what you're up to so I can root for you. Either way, know that I'm behind you and I appreciate you. So now you know what to do. Go out there and create something sexy and have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.